together. But it was not a very easy task. So they did it gradually. First they did automated the material requirement planning. Now they shifted to manufacturing resource planning, which is one step further, like integrating other things like financial systems, human resource systems into it.
मैम आप स्लाइड चेंज कर ले, फुल पे ले ले इसको, क्योंकि स्लाइड आपका चेंज नहीं हो रहा है।
नहीं हमने चेंज किया नहीं
अच्छा
है।
अच्छा ठीक है, नो फुल पे कर ले, आप स्लाइड फुल स्क्रीन पे कर ले जी।
मैम इसको प्रेजेंटेशन मोड में डाल दीजिए थोड़ा सा।
प्रेजेंटेशन मोड में ही है, डेफिनेशन आ रहा है।
नहीं वैसे आ रहा है प्रेजेंटेशन मोड में, जो मतलब नीचे जो साइज इंक्रीज करने का होता है ना कर्सर,
हाँ
नीचे वाले बार पे उसके बराबर में एक कप बना हुआ होगा, उस कप पे आप क्लिक करेंगे तो
दिख रहा है डेफिनेशन।
दिख तो रहा है मैम, लेकिन वो लेकिन वो थोड़ा सा प्रेजेंटेशन मोड में नहीं जा रहा। फाइल व्यू दिख रहा है एक्चुअली।
अब दिख रहा है?
नहीं दिख रहा है मैम, दिखने में इशू नहीं है, थोड़ा सा क्लोजली दिखने लगता है, प्रेजेंटेशन मोड में चला जाता है।
हाँ वो होता है, मेरे में तो प्रेजेंटेशन मोड में ही है।
ठीक है,
लग रहा है कुछ टेक्निकल ग्लिच है, नो प्रॉब्लम, आप ऐसे ही कंटिन्यू करें।
अच्छा, so one of you read this definition, what is material requirement planning?
No one will take the initiative, आपको नाम लेना पड़ेगा।
Yes ma'am.
Okay, who's there? Praveen Singh. Praveen Singh?
Yes ma'am. Yes. Ma'am, kindly repeat. Actually, I'm not listening.
You read this definition.
Yes. Okay. Material requirement planning is an information system for production planning based on inventory management. MRP versus MRP first versus MRP second. Material requirement planning, MRP first plays a pivotal role in assembly line production. Material requirement planning, MRP2, is a system-based approach which organizes all required production material.
So, like initially, you had isolated information system for different things. Gradually, they were integrated together. So, material here it is. This is manufacturing requirement. Which is MRP2. So first it was material requirement planning only for the production of any product, whether it was or service. But then they thought that it is nothing is working in isolation. To do anything, you need the information from all the other functional areas like finance, marketing, HR. So in this manufacturing requirement planning, these were added together. So now what are the components of material planning?
Component material planning provides the required raw material and product are available for production. Material planning ensures that inventory levels are maintained at its minimum level, but also ensures that material and product are available whenever production is scheduled, therefore helping in matching demand and supply. Material planning provides information of production planning and scheduling, but also provides information around dispatch and stocking.
So material required planning provides what are materials. Suppose if you are manufacturing a table or any furniture, then you require wood, you require different parts of whatever you are manufacturing, whether it is a table or a chair, then the handles, the seat, the back, all these things which you require, when you require, how much you require. So the this is an automated system, so it also calculates ki how much is required and what should be the minimum level. It should not be more than, because after this will be inventory, doing inventory, where you will see inventory means ki not only getting the things but also knowing what is the carrying cost or the holding cost of that material and what is the ordering cost. So what is the total cost? So you try to minimize that cost. Mathematically, using calculus, it has been calculated what should be the minimum cost, and accordingly things are ordered. So this does it automatically. The model is designed in such a way that it calculates and tells you what will be the minimum level of inventory, and accordingly things are ordered and delivered to the manufacturing unit. And it should not be less that your production lies idle, and it should not be more that it is wasted. And here it also provides key when it should, because it is one step further from material requirement planning we have gone to manufacturing. Then once it has been manufactured, where it should be dispatched, who all are the buyers, all these things are there. So this is a one step further from your MRP one. If you draw a diagram, it will be like this. Can you see this diagram?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see it in presentation mode?
No.
Yes, there's some problem. I don't know why.
I'm kindly press the shift F5.
Control 5.
F5.
Only F5.
Yes.
Can you see it now?
No, not convert. शिफ्ट F5 मैम एक्चुअली वो न्यूमेरिक में जो सबसे ऊपर वाली लाइन होती है
M5 नहीं, M5 F5 में किया तो हमारे में तो आ रहा है प्रेजेंटेशन मोड में.
एक्चुअली इधर नहीं कर रहा है.
There's some glitch. I cannot understand, but there's some glitch. क्योंकि मेरे में तो वैसे भी आ जाता है जो कप जैसा है.
जी
उसमें भी आ रहा है, मगर इसमें नहीं आ रहा है ना, पता नहीं क्यों नहीं. Okay, just look at this diagram. First, it starts with market demand. What is the demand? So first of all, you have to find out what is the demand. Once you have estimated the demand, either through your market research or past sales data, you use both of these and decide what will be your market demand. Then how much finance is required, what is your marketing strategies, what is your manufacturing strategies. All these three things will go together to make your production plan. Then you have a rough out capacity planning, more or less. What should be capacity? What is your capacity? You plan your capacity. That will solve the problem. So from problem solving, you go to master production schedule, which you have done already. Then from master production schedule, we had seen aggregate planning. From there, the master, like total how much you need. Then for each item, what will be your requirement? Then what will be the material required planning? Then capacity required planning. Then the problem. If it is all right, you requirement schedule is done. Otherwise, you go back to master production schedule and again see whether it is working accordingly. So here in material requirement planning, we were only doing material. This was the portion, this portion. But here we are doing the rest of it. Finance, how much finance is needed, what is the marketing demand, what is the manufacturing requirement, all these things are integrated together. So this you have moved one step further from your material requirement planning. Now, who's present?
Object
Javed?
is to ensure that material
Uh,
and component are available for production,
yes, read
for
it.
final product are ready to for dispatch, to maintain minimum inventory and also ensure the right quantity of material
Read
is
a bit
available.
loudly. थोड़ा
Okay,
clearly और loudly पढ़ो.
okay. To ensure that material and component are available for production and final product are ready for dispatch. To maintain minimum inventory and also ensure right quantity of material is available at the right time to produce right quantity of final product. To ensure planning of all manufacturing processes, this scheduling of different job work as to minimize or remove any kind of idle time for machine and workers.
So you can see कि whatever is required is there to ensure that material and components available for production and final products are ready. So whatever is required to produce anything is there. Nothing is lacking. What it is, all these things are automated so that you don't have to waste your time while the production is going. These things are planned and accordingly ordered and received so that when actual production is going, it should run smoothly. And once the final product is ready, it should be ready to dispatch. And to minimum, because what will happen if you have excess inventory, your finance will be locked up. You could use that finance somewhere else, which is locked up in your inventory. So try to keep the inventory level at the minimum so that you don't have opportunity loss or actual loss. In both the losses, you have if the minimum level is not maintained, either your customers will not be satisfied fully or you will be producing more than what you can deliver. And idle time, both for machine and workers, should be minimized. As far as, because what we have had said in the beginning, doing the right thing in the right way, effectively and efficiently. Efficiently means your wastage is minimum and effectively doing what is required so that you, so these things by automation, these things are made easier. Yes. Advantage.
Advantages. It helps to maintaining minimum inventory level. With minimum inventory level, material planning also reduce associated cost. Material tracking become easy and ensure that economic order quantity is achieved for all lot orders. Material planning is smoothens capacity utilization and allocates correct time to product as per demand forecast.
So because you, because of this automation and the uh, apt information and timely delivery, minimum inventory, that was one of your objective. So now the advantage is that you can achieve this objective. It helps in maintaining minimum inventory levels. So if you maintain minimum inventory level, naturally the cost is also reduced because nothing is wasted. Whatever is required is there, and you run your production system smoothly. And whatever, and when you order also, economic order quantity is achieved. That means whatever is required, you order that much only, not more, not less. Material planning smoothens capacity utilization, and whatever is your capacity, that is fully utilized. Nothing is idle.
Ma'am, how to calculate the minimum level of inventory?
That will be when we'll do inventory. There are number of ways. Today I'll do only the minimum one. That there are variability, so you have to keep on changing that. Disadvantages.
Disadvantages. Material planning is highly dependent on input it receive from other system or department. If input information is not correct, that output for material planning will also be incorrect. Material planning requires maintenance of robust database with all information pertaining inventory records, production schedules, etc. Without which output again would be incorrect. Material planning system require proper training for end user as to get maximize out of the system. Materials resources planning system requires substantial investment of time and capital.
So because of this, this you have to make this disadvantages into advantage, because if you don't have correct input, how can you predict what will be your requirement? And if you don't know your requirement, naturally things will not be produced according to the demand. Either it will be too much or too less. So these things have to be avoided. So the objective, if you fulfill the objective, these disadvantages will be eliminated. And naturally, you have to maintain a robust database. The database should be able to tell you the correct position of the things. And then only you can plan the best possible routine or the routes to produce your objectives. And naturally, these things will require proper training of the human resource, because after all, it will be the human resource who will be uh, handling this system, so that they get the maximum output from the system. All these requires lot of investment and time. So planning, investment, time should be done properly, so that once the production starts, it should run smoothly and give the optimum result.
Ma'am, have any techniques in this PPT in upcoming slides?
What? I did not.
Inventory calculation technique.
हाँ हाँ, इसके बाद इन्वेंट्री करेंगे पहला वाला जो सबसे EOQ मॉडल है वो करेंगे.
Okay. Benefits to other department. Material planning not only benefits operation department but is also beneficial to other department or of organization. They are as follows. Material planning is useful in determining cash flow requirement based on material requirement and final dispatch
Schedule.
schedules. It helps procurement team in scheduling purchase on necessary material. It helps the sale team in determining delivery rates or final product.
So it is not only your operation, but other department, because after all, it is all these departments are integrated together. If operation does not work properly, then you will not know when will be finished, when it should be dispatched. You are connected with the market, then what money will be required to run the whole thing. So it will benefit every other department. It will help the financial department in cash flow. It will help marketing in dispatching the final product. It will help procurement, how much to buy, when to buy, in what lot size to buy. All these things are there. So it not only benefits the operation department, but also the other departments.
Implementation and success of material resources planning depend on following factors: acceptability of by top management about advantage and benefits, proper training and participation of all worker and personals personnel, precision and accuracy of input data, and accurate and reliable result.
So if when you are implementing it, naturally, if top management is not involved, because it is with their initiation, everything will be possible. Getting the money for running the whole operation, getting the required data to run the operation. So top official involvement with the total process is very necessary. After all, the final decision, the strategic decision is being taken by the top management. So their involvement is the first criteria. Then people will be handling this operation, their training, their knowledge, their skill, how much they are willing to participate. All these things are very necessary. And naturally, input data, accuracy and precision, how much close to the point they are. Because, just one second.
Implementation and success of material resources planning depend on following factors.
This
Accept.
is the same. Acceptability, this is
Yes,
what
yes,
we would
same.
discuss.
Okay, okay.
See,
Not
what
change the slide.
happened? This is the same slide. I'm just
Okay.
showing you. Suppose your demand is this. If you are manufacturing this much only, it will be at this point. But if it is not, then it will be. It is known as bill bullwhip effect. जैसे हम बुल को किसी चीज से मारेंगे तो वो कैसे ऊपर नीचे जाएगा ना. तो डिमांड है एन का, तुम या तो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कर दिए एन प्लस एन और एन माइनस एन समथिंग एन माइनस ए समथिंग लाइक दैट. So it will be either more than what is demanded or it will be less than demand. So try to keep this as close to this point as possible. Try not to get into this bullwhip. Don't deviate from the whatever is the demand.
Conclusion. The first material requirement planning MRP first system of inventory management evolved in the 1940s and 1950s. They used mainframe computer to explode information from a bill of material for a certain finished product into a production and purchasing plan for component. Before long, MRP was expanded to include information feedback loops so that production personnel could change and update the input into the system as needed. The next operation of MRP, known as Manufacturing Resources Planning MRP second, also incorporated marketing, finance, accounting, engineering, and human resources aspect into the planning process.
So we have, as I've already told you, first it was MRP1, which was only it had evolved from your aggregate planning, bill of material, only the manufacturing part of it. But then, as it was other things came manually, but gradually it was incorporated into it automatically, and it evolved from MRP 1 to MRP 2, which was manufacturing resource planning. So it started in 1940s when they were using mainframe computers. And now it has finally evolved to enterprise resource planning. It has integrated the total things into one. Everything, marketing, information, your personal, your finance, everything. So because after all these functional areas are working together, they are interrelated, and the objective is the same. After all, the objective is the objective of the organization to sell the maximum number of products in the market. So now we'll be moving to your inventory control. Can you say it? Inventory management.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Now, who is there? Javed is there.
No,
Javed?
ma'am. No, no.
No,
Who
ma'am.
got Gaurav?
Only Gaurav and Praveen is
Yes,
there.
ma'am.
So you read it. What is inventory?
Yeah, ma'am. What is inventory? A physical resource that a firm holds in stock with the intent of selling it or transforming it into a more valuable state.
So
And
inventory can be both the raw material inventory, which you will require for making the goods, the finished inventory, which you will be required to selling in the market. Or it can be in making also. The inventory is a physical resource that a firm holds in stock with the intent of selling it or transforming it. Either you're transforming it from raw material to the finished good and then selling it. So inventory can be at both the level. Purpose of inventory management
yes, ma'am. Purpose of inventory management: how many units to order and when to order a discount.
and discount. So this way you know how many units, so nothing goes waste.
Types of inventory: raw materials, purchased parts and supplies, finished goods, work in progress, partially completed products, items being transported, and tools and equipment.
So all these are inventories. How much raw material to buy, how, the purchase which you have already bought, purchase parts and supplies, how much you have to supply, finished good, how many things you have finished, what is the work in progress, that is partially completed products, item being transported, which is being transported at every level. It is not at only one level you have the inventory, but you have different types of inventory, and how much tools you require, what type of equipments you require, how much you require. All these are inventories.
Item being in transported means, ma'am, which is in transit.
In transit.
Okay.
And nature of inventory: raw materials, basic inputs that are converted into finished product, through the manufacturing process and work in progress. Semi-manufactured products need some more work before they become finished goods for sale. Finished goods, completely manufactured products ready for sale. Last is supply. Office and plant materials not directly enter production but are necessary for production process and not involve significant investment.
And do not involve like the office you set up, things you require in the office. That supplies are also necessary. It will not be directly used in the production process, but it is necessary to run that production process. So you have raw materials, you have work in progress inventories, you have finished good inventories, you have supplies inventories.
Ma'am, what is the supplies? Kindly brief.
Supplies are other things. Like for example, you need an office. For that, to set up the office also you need chairs, tables, many things, computers, desktops. So all these supplies have to be there. They will
It
be
can
not
be,
involved directly in the manufacturing, but they'll help in manufacturing.
ma'am, tools can also be tools and equipment.
Pardon?
Uh, ma'am, tools can also be included into supply chain. Tools,
And anything which is required to run that operation, any supply, any sort of it, whether you need it in the office or you need somewhere else, but it is should be there so that the whole operation runs smoothly.
So we will consider as a inventory.
Yes, naturally, if that is also low or high, it will be affecting the work. Anything which will be affecting the work, the things, the physical things which you require, उसका भी तो एक इन्वेंट्री होना चाहिए, अलग से एक हिसाब किताब होना चाहिए. ये तो नहीं है कि आप आपके यहाँ 10 लोग काम कर रहे हैं तो सीखे 10 लैपटॉप आप लेंगे. ये तो नहीं है कि उससे ज्यादा ले लेंगे या कम ले लेंगे. कुछ मे बी स्टैंड बाय के लिए कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गया तो यू शुड हैव दैट somewhere some technician or somewhere so that it can be rectified in within a time limit. तो इन्वेंट्री तो सब चीज का होना चाहिए ना.
Generally, inventory though we will count everything in organization, like fixed assets, furniture.
ऑपरेटिंग, हाँ, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, फर्नीचर, ये सब की इन्वेंट्री होनी चाहिए कि नहीं होनी चाहिए. तो
We
सप्लाई
also
उसी को
we
कहते
also
हैं
doing
ना.
the inventory yearly basis, financial ending.
इसका स्टॉक सभी जगह होता है ना कि जो स्टॉक में है कि क्या सामान कितना है उसका चेक होता रहता है ना हर एक मंथ. कोई एक टाइम पीरियड फिक्स हो जाता है. जनरली इट इज ईयरली.
Yearly we are take the inventory of
inventory
this
of
type of
everything.
item.
So inventories can be of different types. केवल रॉ मटेरियल का ही इन्वेंट्री नहीं करना है. रॉ मटेरियल का भी करना है, फिनिश गुड का भी करना है, वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस का भी करना है, इन ट्रांजिट है उसका भी रखना है. सब चीज का हिसाब किताब रखना है ना. इज इट क्लियर?
that's fine. Inventory and supply chain management. Bullwhip effect. Firstly, demand information is distorted as it moves away from the end use customer forecast. Secondly, higher safety stock inventories are stored to compensate.
तो बुलविप either it is more than what is demanded or it is less than that. तो ये बुलविप है. जैसे जैसे हम बुल को किसी चाबुक से मारते. चाबुक एक तरह का चाबुक है. चाबुक भी तो ऊपर नीचे जाता है ना. एक जगह उसका फिक्स पॉइंट है और वो ऊपर नीचे जाता. तो इट हैज बीन कंपेयर्ड विद अ बुलविप. कभी ऊपर चला जाता है, कभी नीचे चल. as far as possible you have to keep it in that central line. Then you have seasonal or cyclic
Seasonal
demand.
or cyclic demand. Sale of
Seasonal means
umbrella, Domino's sale in weekend.
हाँ, जैसे क्या होता
Inve-
है कि अब अम्ब्रेला का सेल ड्यूरिंग रेनी सीजन बढ़ जाएगा, इट इज सीजनल, या मैरिज सीजन के समय डिमांड फॉर ज्वेलरी भी बढ़ जाएगा, तो इट इज सीजनल. एंड साइक्लिक इज more than a year. Seasonal is within a year, and the cyclic is more than a year. For example, कभी बूम हो जाता है, कभी ज्यादा डिमांड हो जाता है एक साल के बाद, कभी कम होता है, कभी इकोनॉमी में बूम होता है, कभी बस्ट होता है. तो दिस इज अ साइक्लिक डिमांड.
The festive season always increase the demand.
हाँ, डिमांड तो सीजनल है वो. वुलन क्लॉथ का विंटर में डिमांड ज्यादा हो जाएगा. Yes, continue.
Inventory provides independence from vendor. Take advantage of price discount. Inventory provides independence between stage and avoid work stoppage WIP inventory.
वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस इन्वेंट्रीज. तो इन्वेंट्रीज का आप ठीक से मैनेज करेंगे तो वर्क स्टॉपेज नहीं होगा. जैसे कभी कम पड़ गया तो वर्क विल बी अफेक्टेड, या ज्यादा हो गया तो फिर वेस्ट चला जाएगा. तो यू हैव टू कीप अ प्रॉपर कंट्रोल ओवर इन्वेंट्री so that the bullwhip effect is minimum and it is not dependent on the vendors. That is why you have more than one vendor. Some दूसरे भी वेंडर्स होने, ये नहीं है कि एक सप्लायर नहीं दिया तो फिर तो काम बंद हो गया. तो you have to keep a very strict control on inventories, because this only will affect the working or the operation of whatever you are doing.
Need to recheck the inventory at every interval.
हाँ,
When your demand is increased, then revise the inventory level accordingly.
इसीलिए फोरकास्ट बहुत जरूरी हो जाता है ना, कि कभी सीजन, अभी सीजन आने वाला है तो नेचुरली यू विल स्टॉक मोर, क्योंकि डिमांड बढ़ जाएगा. इफ यू डोंट कीप ट्रैक ऑफ द फ्यूचर, योर वर्क विल बी अफेक्टेड, क्योंकि डिमांड कभी स्टेडी नहीं है.
But
डिमांड
very difficult to storage area to dedicate accordingly. Actually, when reduce the demand, our area is spare for and when increase
थोड़ा तो
the
ट्रेड ऑफ करना पड़ता है ना. जैसे थोड़ा सा ट्रेड ऑफ करना पड़ता है कि ठीक है, यदि आपका किस प्रकार, what type of business you are running.
yes,
If it is seasonal, so naturally you have to keep some space for that also. जैसे आप मान लीजिए एक गारमेंट मैन्युफैक्चरर है, तो जिस सीजन में जिस चीज का डिमांड होगा, तो हो सकता है ये है कि वही स्पेस जो पहले आप वुलन क्लोथ्स के लिए यूज करते थे, अब उसको आप समर के क्लोथ्स के लिए यूज करेंगे. तो दैट इज व्हाई द होल थिंग हैज टू बी प्लान्ड बिफोरहैंड. अब उस समय नहीं कर सकते है ना, एकदम से थोड़ी कर सकते. इसको तो पहले से प्लानिंग करना, पहले से फ्यूचर को. दैट इज व्हाई फोरकास्टिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. पहले से देखना है कि क्या चीज, अब क्या डिमांड हो सकता है, किस टाइप का डिमांड हो सकता है, तो अकॉर्डिंगली यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर योरसेल्फ.
yes. Two form of demands is depend and independent. Depend for item used to produce final product. Tires stored at a plant are an example of a dependent demand item. Independent demand for item used by external customer, car, computers, and houses are example of independent demand inventory.
तो जो चीज का डिमांड है, अब कोई टायर तो का भी डिमांड हो सकता है, एक किसी का कार का टायर खराब हो गया तो it will only demand for tires. So it is not that you don't need dependent demand, but it is dependent on the car. It is not independent. ऐसा नहीं है कि जिसके पास कार ही नहीं है और वो कार जाकर टायर का डिमांड करेगा. तो what is used in that product is known as the dependent demand, and independent demand is the product itself. Like for example cars, computers. अब हो सकता है आपके मदरबोर्ड में कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गया तो you require that is a dependent demand. Whatever goes wrong, maybe the keypad you want to change it, so that is a dependent demand. Yes. Continue.
Inventory and
Continue,
quality.
Praveen ji.
Okay.
Okay. Inventory and quality management. Customer usually perceive quality service as availability of goods, what they want them, and inventory must be sufficient to provide high quality customer service.
तो कस्टमर सर्विस का क्वालिटी जब उनको जिस चीज की डिमांड है, जिस चीज की जरूरत है, इफ यू आर एबल टू प्रोवाइड इट, देन यू आर गिविंग देम अ क्वालिटी सर्विस. मान लीजिए वो उनको जरूरत नहीं है, आप जबरदस्ती कुछ सेल करना चाहते हैं, तो दैट इज आल्सो नॉट क्वालिटी सर्विस. और डिमांड है और यू आर नॉट एबल टू प्रोवाइड इट, देन आल्सो इट इज नॉट अ क्वालिटी सर्विस. तो एज फार एज पॉसिबल, तो हियर क्वालिटी इज नॉट द quality of the material, but the quality of the service which you are providing. So inventory helps you in maintaining that quality of service.
Inventory costs, carrying cost, cost of holding an item in inventory, ordering cost, cost of replenishing inventory, and shortage cost, temporary or permanent loss of sales when demand cannot be met.
So these three types of costs are involved. क्योंकि आपने कोई चीज ऑर्डर किया तो उसको कहीं अच्छे से तो रखेंगे, उसको कैरिंग कॉस्ट में ऑल्दो होल्डिंग कॉस्ट भी कहते हैं कि उसको ठीक ठाक रखने के लिए उसके लिए स्पेस चाहिए जो भी. तो दैट इज द कैरिंग कॉस्ट. ऑर्डरिंग कॉस्ट, व्हेन यू आर ऑर्डरिंग इट, you are paying something for it. When should you order, you should know when it is being replenished, when it should be replenishing it. All these things you have to know beforehand. Then shortage cost, if it falls short of the demanded material, then how much you will be losing. So these things costs are involved in inventory.
Inventory control systems, continuous system, fixed order quantity, constant amount ordered when inventory declines to predetermined level, and periodic system, fixed time period, order placed for variable amount after fixed passage of time.
So you can follow these two type of things. Either when suppose आपका आप अपने स्टॉक में एक n नंबर रखना चाहते हैं, अभी उससे n से कम हुआ तो फिक्स्ड ऑर्डर क्वांटिटी तो आप ऑर्डर कर दीजिए और मंगवा लीजिए, या फिक्स टाइम आफ्टर एवरी 6 months you are ordering something. It depends upon what type of a system, ordering system you want.
Economic order quantity, EOQ models. EOQ, we want to determine the optimal number of units to order so that we minimize the total cost associated with the purchase, delivery, and storage of the product. Basic EOQ model, production quantity model.
So EOQ model is economic order quantity. What should be the best minimum finance is required to order? How many quantities? This is the first step in finding the number of units you want to order. But there has to be certain assumptions. So what are the assumptions?
Assumptions of basic EOQ model. Demand is non-constant and independent. Lead time is known and constant. Order quantity received is instantaneous and complete. No shortage is allowed.
So on these basic assumption, we have developed a mathematical model which will tell you how many quantities you should order and year in at what interval. So this is the graph. Q is the order quantity. Q. This is the highest inventory level. From here it starts diminishing. Once it diminishes, you can either have things coming directly, the amount you want to order comes here directly. Sometimes you have lead times. You order over here so that it reaches here at time. And this is the reorder point. Here you
when
go.
when goes the inventory in reorder level, then we will put the order to suppliers.
So you have these cost of placing order, CO. Then you have annual per unit carrying cost, keeping that order, CC. Then you have demand. What is your annual demand? That is D. And quantity, how much you should order. That is what you have to calculate. If you know these things, cost of placing order, annual per unit carrying cost, and annual demand. If you know these three things, you can find out the under that assumptions that it is constant and it is instantaneous. The annual ordering cost is what? Cost of placing order into demand. Cost of placing one order, say it is CC or CO, sorry, CO. And how many you are demanding? D. So total cost will be CO into D. And how much you are ordering? Q. So divided by Q. Here we
What
have
is
taken
what is the consider in CO?
cost of placing order. CO is
Which
cost
type
of
of
place.
cost of including in this?
Huh. When we'll do the practical example, it will be clearer. This is your ordering cost. COD divided by Q. And annual carrying cost is how much money you require in carrying a unit. That is CC. How much you have ordered? Q divided by 2. When it becomes half, then average you have taken. That Q by 2. So that is the carrying cost. Sometimes it is more than Q. Sometimes it is a carrying cost. As you have seen, this is goes from Q to 0. So you have taken average as Q by 2. So annual carrying cost is CC into Q divided by 2 because you're taking average. So total cost will be this plus this. Ordering cost plus carrying cost. This you have taken as COD by Q plus CC Q by 2. Now you have to minimize this. What you do is, here we use calculus. टोटल कॉस्ट को हम इसका हम फर्स्ट डेरिवेटिव निकालते हैं, because here Q is the variable. So total cost is a function of the quantity. ये तो फिक्स्ड है, C0, D भी फिक्स्ड है, CC भी फिक्स्ड है, तो Q is the variable. So you find out this, and if this becomes 0,
If Q is variable order quantity, how to reduce the Q? Actually, this is a
you have
increase
to
the
find out the
increase
value
the
of Q. You have to find out the value of the Q. What will be the optimum number you should order under these conditions?
हाँ मैं
Total
वही कह
cost.
रहा था मैम, हाउ टू रिड्यूस बिकॉज when order quantity is increase, our cost also increase
हाँ, तो
significantly.
ऑप्टिमम क्या नंबर होना चाहिए, यही तो निकालना है.
Okay.
ऑप्टिमम नंबर क्या होना चाहिए? यदि आपको कैरिंग कॉस्ट पता है, आपको प्लेसिंग कॉस्ट पता है, और तो डिमांड क्या होना चाहिए, डिमांड भी पता है, तो आपको ऑर्डर कितना ऑर्डर क्वांटिटी करना चाहिए, तो इसकी वैल्यू हम लोग इस ऐसे निकालते हैं. इसको हम ये करते हैं, डिफरेंशिएट करते हैं. तो क्या आएगा वैल्यू, इसको क्यू से डिफरेंशिएट करोगे तो दिस हैज टू बिकम 0. then either it is maximum or minimum. अलजेब्रा यही कहती है, अरे सॉरी कैलकुलस यही कहती है ना. आप लोग 10th तक तो 12th तक तो किए ही होंगे कैलकुलस.
Yes, yes, yes.
हाँ, तो मैक्सिमम और मिनिमम का ये, और इसका फिर से एक बार करिएगा. तो ये यदि नेगेटिव है तो मिनिमम होगा, और पॉजिटिव है तो मैक्सिमम होगा. तो हम देखते हैं कि ये 0 है तो आपका मिनिमम आता है यहाँ. तो इसको अब डिफरेंशिएट कीजिए. इसको डिफरेंशिएट कीजिएगा तो क्या आएगा, ये तो ये नहीं होगा, ये -1 है, Q⁻⁻1 है. ये Q टू द ये क्या है, Q⁻⁻1. और आप जानते हैं डिफरेंशिएट करिएगा तो क्या होगा, -1 तो -2 हो जाएगा. और ये क्या Q है, तो Q +1 है, +1 -1 0 हो जाएगा, तो ये 1 हो जाएगा. तो ये आ जाएगा आपका ये स्क्वायर हो जाएगा, और नेगेटिव साइन आ जाएगा यहाँ, और प्लस इसको डिफ्रेंशिएट करिएगा तो आपका यहाँ आ जाएगा केवल 2, क्योंकि यह प्लस है, +1 -1 0 हो गया, 2 to the power 0, and this is equal to 0। अब ये इक्वेशन से आप Q की वैल्यू निकाल सकते हैं। Here Q is equal to अंडर रूट आएगा, क्योंकि ये स्क्वायर स्क्वायर है, Q स्क्वायर है, टू CO D divided by CC. Q is equal to 2 into CO into D divided by C. C है ये। Now you know CO, you know D, you know CC. From there you can calculate Q. यही आपका प्रॉब्लम है कि कितने चीजों को, कितना यूनिट को हम एक बार में खरीदें। So this is one example. Read it.
Yes, ma'am. Examples. Problem 1, the Jairam Equipment Company estimates its carrying cost at 15% and its ordering cost at ₹9 per order. The estimated annual requirement is 48,000 units at a price of ₹4 per unit required. What is the most economical number of units to order, and how many orders should be placed in a year? Thirdly, how often should an order be placed?
तो ये तीनों क्वेश्चन ही आंसर हो सकता है by using this formula. Q is equal to under root 2 CO D divided by CC. तो यहाँ D क्या है? Annual requirement 48,000. प्राइस क्या है? 4 rupees.
4 per
Carry
unit.
cost is 15% is ordering cost. Then 15% of 9. देख लीजिए, annual requirement is 48,000 units. Ordering cost is 9 per order. ये दिया हुआ है. Carrying cost is 15% of per unit cost. जितना में आप खरीद रहे हैं उसका 15% आप उसको रखने में यूज कर रहे हैं, दिस यू नो। और एक यूनिट को ऑर्डर करने में यू आर स्पेंडिंग 4 रुपीज। यहाँ डिमांड क्या है, डी। आप प्रवीण आप बताइए। हेलो,
हेलो,
हाँ, डिमांड क्या है, डी। डिमांड डी कहिए, एनुअल रिक्वायरमेंट कहिए, एक ही बात है।
ओके, 48,000, ओके,
48,000। कैरिंग कॉस्ट क्या है,
15%
15%
per unit,
per order,
per order,
unit
per
order.
unit cost.
That is 15% of 4।
Yes, yes,
And ordering cost क्या है,
9 rupees.
9 rupees per order. So you substitute these values over here. ये देख सक रहे हैं?
जी जी जी,
Yes, ma'am.
देख रहे हैं ना?
1,100 per
AR
unit.
की जगह आप 48,000 सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे। ऑर्डरिंग कॉस्ट की जगह 9 पर यूनिट है ना।
जी जी,
48,000 को एक का 9 है, अब 48,000 किया तो पूरा टोटल कितना आया, 48,000 इंटू 9।
yes sir.
और कैरिंग कॉस्ट क्या है, 15% ऑफ 4।
4.
तो ये इसको सब्स्टिट्यूट किया आपने इसमें, तो ये आया आपका आंसर। ये तो आप जान रहे हैं
1,200 unit.
1,004
1200 यूनिट
तो
पर ऑर्डर
144 तो 12 हुआ, 12 इंटू 12 इज 144।
यस
ये तो काफी इजी है। और ये 4 जीरो है तो 2 हो गया,
जी
स्क्वायर रूट है ना।
जी जी जी,
तो आपका ये
1200
आ गया 1200।
जो है 1200 यूनिट पर ऑर्डर हमारा रहना चाहिए।
एक बार में आप 1200 यूनिट ऑर्डर करेंगे,
ठीक है, पर ऑर्डर
एक
वही
बार में 1200 यूनिट ऑर्डर करेंगे,
जी
ठीक है।
जी,
तो दैट इज योर इकोनॉमिक ऑर्डर क्वांटिटी। ये तो हो गया कि एक बार में। अब साल में कितनी बार ऑर्डर करेंगे इसको, क्योंकि आपका तो रिक्वायरमेंट 48,000 है, आपने एक बार में 1200 किया तो कितनी बार करेंगे। हाउ मेनी ऑर्डर्स शुड बी प्लेस्ड इन अ ईयर। 48,000 को एक बार में
40
आपने
orders
1200 किया, 40 ऑर्डर्स हुआ, साल भर में आपने
Yes.
40 टाइम्स ऑर्डर किया।
यस
यदि
Yes, ma'am.
ये
40 orders.
बेसिक मॉडल है जहां वो बढ़ रहा है और धीरे एक देयर इज नो वेरिएबिलिटी, स्ट्रेट नीचे आ रहा है। तो दिस इज हाउ मेनी ऑर्डर शुड बी प्लेस्ड इन ईयर, दैट इज 48,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 1200। तो 40 ऑर्डर्स। हाउ ऑफन शुड एन ऑर्डर बी प्लेस्ड, कितने दिनों के बाद करेंगे। अपने एक, अब ये 360 डेज हमने लिया है, हो सकता है कोई 365 ले ले, क्योंकि दैट इज द 1 एनुअल ईयर में होगा। ये शायद वर्किंग डेज जो भी है 360 फॉर रफ कैलकुलेशन। और एक बार में उसने होल ईयर में 40 ऑर्डर्स किया, एवरी 9th डे दे शुड प्लेस एन ऑर्डर। 360 में 40 बार ऑर्डर किया तो एवरी 9th डे ऑर्डर शुड बी प्लेस्ड। तब आपका काम चलता रहेगा, कहीं पर रुकावट नहीं आएगी और एग्जैक्टली जो जरूरत है वो पूरा होगा। दिस इज द मोस्ट बेसिक मॉडल।
राइट मैम।
मैम ये तो लास्ट वाला समझे नहीं मैम। एक्चुअली ऑर्डर तो आपका एक मंथ में 1200 यूनिट हो रहा है मैम।
एक मंथ में
नहीं
थोड़ी
नहीं
हो
नहीं,
रहा है,
एक मंथ में नहीं है वो, 48,000 पूरा ईयर के लिए जो रिक्वायर्ड है उसके लिए
रिक्वायरमेंट है
1200
order.
48। और
एक
आपने
मतलब एक ऑर्डर
अच्छा।
में आपका 1200
अच्छा,
यूनिट
अच्छा, अच्छा,
आपका
अच्छा।
आएगा।
अच्छा, एक ऑर्डर में 1200 यूनिट आएगा,
हाँ
40
आपने
ऑर्डर्स
ये
होगा। ओके
पूरे
40
साल
orders
में
हो गया।
आपको 48,000 कवर करने के लिए आपको 40 बार
करना है।
ऑर्डर देना पड़ेगा।
40
अच्छा,
बार ऑर्डर देना पड़ेगा।
देना
तो
पड़ेगा।
मान लीजिए 360 डेज का आप ईयर मान रहे हैं,
जी जी।
इट इज अ रफ कैलकुलेशन, 365
Okay,
होना
ma'am.
चाहिए या 3 जैसा है, लीप ईयर है कि ये है, या जो 4 निकाल दिया आपने कि वर्किंग डे नहीं है तो वो निकाल दिया, जो भी क्या।
नो इशू मैम, वी अंडरस्टैंड।
हाँ, यू शुड नो कि व्हाट शुड बी द डेज यू आर टेकिंग। और आपने 40 ऑर्डर दिया तो 360 में 40 ऑर्डर दिया तो कितने डेज के इंटरवल पर दिया? 9 डेज के।
9 days, 9 days.
Every 9
Yeah.
days you should
Okay,
order
ma'am.
1200 units to meet
Okay.
your requirement of 48,000.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
ठीक है ना, ये बेसिक मॉडल है।
Yes, ma'am.
ये दूसरा है।
Yes, ma'am. Problem 2. Manufacturing company places a semi-annual order of 24,000 units at a price of rupees 20 per unit. Its carrying cost is 15% and the order cost is rupees 12 per order. Required, what is the most economical order quantity? And secondly, how many orders need to be placed?
Is it clear? इसमें मगर इसमें है सेमी एनुअल, 24,000 इनका सेमी एनुअल है, तो एनुअल कितना होगा इसका डबल,
48।
48,000। ऑर्डरिंग कॉस्ट इज 40, sorry 12 per order. तो now here ये तो 2 है ही, requirement is semi means half, so that was 1200, so now 12,000, so now it has become 48,000। 12 नहीं 24,000 था, तो अब now it has become
24 for 6 months।
हाँ, into 6
Yeah,
for 1 year it is
24,000 for 6 months.
48,000। ordering cost was 12
310 units
approximately, क्योंकि ये एग्जैक्ट स्क्वायर नहीं हुआ है,
yes yes।
वैल्यू एग्जैक्ट स्क्वायर नहीं है, तो इट विल बी 620 यूनिट्स अप्रोक्सीमेटली। एक बार में उसे 620 यूनिट्स ऑर्डर करना होगा। नंबर ऑफ ऑर्डर्स पर ईयर वही 48,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 620, तो इट हैज टू प्लेस अप्रोक्सीमेटली 77 ऑर्डर्स। हर एक सिचुएशन का है, दैट इज व्हाई यू हैव टू हैव एग्जैक्ट फिगर। यदि आपके पास इनपुट ही गलत है तो फिर नेचुरली आउटपुट गलत होगा। कंप्यूटर जब आप ट्रैश डालेंगे तो ट्रैश ही निकलेगा ना,
राइट।
वन ऑफ द बेसिक थिंग्स इन कंप्यूटराइजेशन इज गार्बेज इन गार्बेज आउट। So if you want a good result, you should put accurate input also. इसी को वो क्या डेरिवेशन, इट हैज बीन शोन ओवर यार, हमने किया था ना
जी जी।
ये है ना, माइनस आ जाता है क्योंकि ये तो q इसको ऊपर ले जाएंगे, ये q टू द पावर -1 हो जाएगा, होगा ना। यदि आप उसको कैलकुलेशन में करेंगे तो -1 डिवाइडेड बाय इनटू -2, तो इसलिए यहाँ पर ये 2 आ गया। इसको करेंगे तो +1 -1 तो 0 हो गया, तो q will become 1 here 2 रहे, तो इसको ये graphically this has been shown that one is your carrying cost, which is going up. जितना सामान लेंगे वो बढ़ता जाएगा, and your ordering cost will be going down. तो ये दोनों का जहां जंक्शन है, जहां देख one is going down and one is going up, तो जहां ये दोनों का जंक्शन है, where they intercept, that is where it is minimum. जो कैलकुलस से हम लोगों ने निकाला है मिनिमम है, स्लोप इज 0, तो टोटल कॉस्ट इज मिनिमम. हमारे क्या करना है कि कॉस्ट को मिनिमाइज करना है. तो ये पॉइंट निकला, मिनिमम टोटल कॉस्ट, दैट इज आवर ऑब्जेक्टिव.
Production quantity model and in
उसको रहने देते, बाद में करेंगे, वो थोड़ा उसका अभी मेरे पास प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं है.
okay ma'am.
एक तो ये बेसिक है EOQ मॉडल, वेर EOQ, Q is equal to under root 2 into total demand, that is annual demand, into ordering cost divided by carrying cost.
Ma'am, actually ABC analysis shown here.
हाँ, यहाँ ABC दिखा रहे हैं.
Yes.
क्योंकि this is another way of finding inventory. ये थोड़ा इसमें मैथमेटिकल नहीं है. इसमें what we do, we classify,
Identify the demand.
डिमांड कि नहीं, वैल्यू क्या है, जो डिमांडेड थिंग्स है उनकी वैल्यू क्या है.
Yes, high consumption value and medium.
मीडियम कंजम्पशन वैल्यू, लो कंजम्पशन वैल्यू. फॉर एग्जांपल, जैसे आप अपना मंथली ग्रोसरी भी खरीदने जाते हैं, तो देयर आर सर्टेन थिंग्स which will वॉल्यूम से तो वो बहुत ज्यादा होगा. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल ग्रेन्स, दाल हुआ, चावल हुआ, आटा हुआ, ये वॉल्यूम से तो ज्यादा होगा, मगर इसकी वैल्यू कम होगी. और कुछ चीजें ऐसी हैं जो वॉल्यूम से तो कम होगा, मगर वॉल्यूम से तो कम होगा पर वैल्यू से ज्यादा होगा. फॉर एग्जांपल ऑयल, बटर, चीज. तो naturally you have to place your order in such a way कि जिसकी वैल्यूम आप ज्यादा भी खरीद ले. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू आर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑटोमोबाइल्स, उसमें नट एंड बोल्ट का जरूरत पड़ता ही है. कोई भी ऑटोमोबाइल हो, ट्रेन हो, जो भी है, तो इसकी तो वैल्यू तो ज्यादा है, बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है, मगर इसकी वॉल्यूम तो ज्यादा है मगर वैल्यू कम है. तो आप ज्यादा भी खरीद के रख लेंगे तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, और उसकी कैरिंग कॉस्ट बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है. इट इज नॉट पेरिशेबल. जैसे ग्रोसरी में तो ये भी देखना पड़ता है कि हम वैल्यू तो कम है मगर यदि पेरिशेबल है तो उसकी कैरिंग कॉस्ट बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएगी. तो आप इतना ज्यादा भी नहीं खरीदे कि थोड़े दिनों के बाद वो खराब होने लगे. तो हियर वी डिवाइड इट इनटू 3 classes. Class A, high consumption value. Class B, medium consumption value. Class C, low consumption value. Accordingly, things are ordered. जैसे इसमें अभी A और B ही क्या है, percentage of number of items stock 20%, this is 30%. Annual volume units 1500. B category में आ गया 15, 150, 350, 1000. यूनिट कॉस्ट इसमें निकाल लिया है. एनुअल कंजम्पशन वैल्यू, दिस इज 90,000, दिस इज 77,000. तो दिस थिंग हैव बीन केप्ट इन ए कैटेगरी. तो क्योंकि वॉल्यूम ज्यादा है तो आप इसको खरीदते वक्त थोड़ा ध्यान देंगे कि बहुत ज्यादा नहीं खरीद ले. व्हाटएवर इज रिक्वायर्ड शुड बी बॉट. जिसकी कंजप्शन तो ज्यादा में वैल्यू कम है, तो आप थोड़ा ज्यादा भी खरीद लेंगे तो उतना आपका फाइनेंशियल लॉस नहीं होगा.
Actually, two things are need to focus of A category, which is one
हाँ.
of the cost factor, and second is the high value. So we will focus on that for inventory level and purchase in small lots,
हाँ.
frequently purchase.
हम्म.
And second one is medium, and third is lower.
Is
So we
lower.
will purchase a high volume quantity in once in a month. No, our inventory in amount wise,
हम्म.
not increase the cost of our inventory. So मेन फोकस ये है कि मैम जो ए कैटेगरी है उसको हमें ज्यादा कंसीडर करना पड़ता है, क्योंकि वो यूजेबल भी ज्यादा है और कॉस्ट भी ज्यादा है. तो उसमें
ज्यादा
फोकस
है.
ये रहता है कि उसको हम मतलब शॉर्टेज भी ना आए और
हम्म.
हमारे पास इन्वेंटरी लेवल भी ज्यादा ना हो. तो उसको
ज्यादा
फोकस
ना.
ज्यादा रहता है, उसकी
हाँ.
वॉल्यूम को, मतलब उसके ऑर्डर को हम ज्यादा फ्रीक्वेंटली ऑर्डर करते हैं.
हम्म.
स्मॉल लॉट में हम उसको परचेज करते हैं. ये बेसिक मेरे को पता है, इसका बेसिक फंडा ये है.
हाँ, यही फंडा है इसका कि उसको ज्यादा परचेज करते हैं, कम परचेज करते हैं, जितना रिक्वायर्ड है उतना ही करते हैं,
जी,
ज्यादा
मतलब
करने के
स्मॉल लॉट में.
वेस्टेज नहीं होने. हाँ, वेस्टेजेस नहीं होने चाहिए.
कभी
जैसे
कभी
हम
हम
लोग.
इसको मतलब अभी ये 3 कैटेगरी हमने बनाई है वैल्यू वाइज.
हाँ.
इसको हम यूज करते हैं मैम दो कंसीडर करते हैं चीजें. एक तो वैल्यू वाइज, दूसरा होता है कि कंजम्पशन वाइज.
हम्म.
अगर जिसका हाई कंजम्पशन है
हाँ, वो भी देखते
आपको.
ना, विच इज मोर
हाँ
डिजायरेबल, विच इज लेस डिजायरेबल, उस तरह
जी
से भी इन्वेंट्री हम देखते हैं.
जी.
सब
तो
जगह
क्योंकि
मैथमेटिकली
जब
यूज होता है.
कंजम्पशन हाई होता है तो फिर हमको वो फ्रीक्वेंटली मतलब शॉर्टेज ना हो, उसकी वजह से
हाँ. हम्म.
प्रॉब्लम, मतलब शॉर्टेज इंक्रीज होगी तो प्रोडक्शन हैम्पर होगा. तो उसके
हम्म.
लिए हम ज्यादा मॉनिटरिंग रखनी पड़ती है. तो कैटेगरी
हम्म.
बना ली तो उसको फोकस डेली बेसिस पे करते हैं.
कर-
बी कैटेगरी को हम वीकली रिव्यू कर लेंगे या
हम्म.
15 डेज में रिव्यू कर लेंगे.
हम्म.
सी कैटेगरी हमारे पास में कम कॉस्ट की है, कम यूज, उसका यूजेस कम है, तो हम उसको मंथली बेसिस पे रिव्यू कर लेंगे. इस तरीके से कैटेगराइज किया जाता है.
तो ये तो एक
सही है मैम.
एबीसी है ना. हाँ, ठीक है, एकदम बिल्कुल ठीक है. तो ये 3 चीजों का इसने आइटम वाइज इसमें डेटा दिया हुआ है. तो जब परसेंट एनुअल कंजम्पशन वैल्यू ये कम है, तो इसलिए ये सी कैटेगरी में आ गया है. This has been shown graphically. Item A, item B, and item C. तो इसका ये पढ़िए.
Inventory management policy. A items, very tight control, complete and accurate records, frequent review via EOQ model. B items, less tightly controlled, good records, regular review. C items, simplest controls possible, minimal records, large inventories, periodic review and reorder. And sometimes with the view of doing lean inventory management. Within ABC category, PED, vital, essential, and desirable factor is introduced with the view of further having effective control of inventory on the basis if it's being critical. V vital is the inventory where neither substitute nor variation gap is allowed. E essential is the inventory which allows either of the one to be changed. And D desirable is the one which can be variation in both of the parameters.
So within ABC, you have EED also, vital, essential, and desirable. वाइटल है, उसके बिना काम नहीं चल सकता है। एसेंशियल है, उसके बिना भी नहीं चल सकते। इट कैन नॉट बी चेंज्ड। डिजायरेबल है, चल सकता है, मगर उसके रहने से ज्यादा अच्छा होगा। This is references. Any other questions? So these are basic. तो EOQ model है। उसके बाद time, if times give me permission, then I'll let you know the other variation, because यहाँ से शुरू करते हैं EOQ model से, where we take the basis assumption कि it is moving in a fixed way, variability ज्यादा नहीं है। फिर जैसे जैसे वेरिएशन होगा उस तरह से उसको चेंज करते रहेंगे। तो from there we start, and we also use ABC models, that is, what is the consumption volume of the items, and we place it into 3 categories. किस पे ज्यादा कंट्रोल करना है, इसमें कम कंट्रोल करना है, किस पे कुछ ज्यादा नहीं, एकदम हार्डली एनी कंट्रोल करना है। एंड विद इन एबीसी देयर इज वाइटल, एसेंशियल एंड डिजायरेबल फैक्टर। इन चीजों को ध्यान में रखते हुए वी डू द इन्वेंटरी कंट्रोल। एनी क्वेश्चन? हेलो?
नो मैम।
एक्चुअली आई एम, मेरे यहाँ लाइट चली गई, अभी तो थोड़ी देर तक तो चलेगा ये इन्वर्टर पर, फिर पता नहीं कितनी देर चलेगा।
यस, ओके।
Okay, so I'm okay. Good night. Have a nice weekend.
Okay, ma'am.
Good night, ma'am.
Good night, ma'am. Same to you.